All right, so this is everything you're gonna need. Some kind of milk crate. This is 1.5 inch PVC. This is just the cheapest PVC that I could find. I think it was $14 for a 10-foot piece of it. And then you're gonna cut it to fit your crate. I just measured it and I cut it to fit my crate. And these are gonna be my rod holders. So I really don't have, I don't keep a lot of tackle, so this crate is serving more so as a rod holder than anything, to keep them directly behind me where I've hit them before making casts, but my neighbors are listening to music, so probably hear some of that. But anyways, these are just heavy duty zip ties, and you're gonna take these zip ties and try to get let's go to the bottom first. So there's that one. Go as high up as we can here. So you want to get one as low as you can, one as high as you can. And we're going to do this for all 4 corners. And this is going to give us 4 rod holders. 2 of them came on my kayak. I've got a Lifetime Yukon, and 2 that came on there, they're sitting kind of forward and they angle outward like this. And I've hit the other day I hit one of them. And if you can have your rod, on my old setup, I had a crate, and even on my canoe, the way my canoe was set up, had used the same crate, and it kept me from, I guess because they're sticking straight up and they're directly behind you, I never did hit them as much. So I guess I could still use them and carry 6 rods, but I try to keep the gear down to a minimum when I'm kayak fishing, so I don't really need a ton of rods anyways. 4 is plenty. So there we got all 4 of them in there. And we're gonna go back around here and trim off all the excess. And these are the biggest zip ties I could find. They make some zip ties that actually have metal inserts, like the zip ties they used to handcuff people. That'd be better. Just get my advice is get the strongest zip ties you can find. These obviously I didn't need to get an 18-inch zip tie. I could have gotten, one half that size and still work, but I had to get this length to get them this heavy duty. So anyways, there's your milk crate with 4 rod holders. Here we have my kayak. These are the two rod holders that I've been using that are kind of angled out. But what I'm going to do is I took off this bungee system that they had, and I mounted these little plastic eye bolts on here, stainless steel hardware, and I put them back. I moved them back just a little bit so I could get on a good flat spot here. But I'm not really gonna go. I'm not gonna go just one over because I want this to be open. So we're gonna kind of go. I'll show you guys how I'm gonna do my paracord. So here we got some paracord, and we need enough paracord to have it tied on here. And we're basically going to go over once, back over again. So we need about, leave myself some extra here. Makes a pretty neat little Night Eyes company makes a pretty neat little cam lock thing here. So cam on here. So there we go. So once it's cam locked on there, put a couple overhands in there, maybe it's gonna hold. And actually, I don't like this tagging. Cut that off. Right in. So there we go. That's our finished product there. Cam locked on there. Our two little eye bolts, and it's going to give us 4 places to do rod storage, or keep the rods, and it's also going to give some spot to put tackle boxes, tackle bags, whatever tackle need be in there, Probably throw some stuff in there, keep it from sliding around, keep it steady. Not gonna lose anything overboard. That's the big deal with kayak fishing, is I'm always afraid I'm gonna lose something, tip it over, and more than likely, if this thing tips, it's not gonna flip upside down. It's just gonna be enough to throw me out, and it's gonna stay right side up. So if I've got some of my important stuff in a crate like this, I feel a lot better about it being the kayak. But anyways, I've got a free crate. I got $14 invested in PVC, $5 probably invested into zip ties, and that's it. I mean, 20 bucks versus I know they make some of these special I've seen some guys build lids for these to really sort of mimic the aftermarket kayak crates, but it doesn't have a lid. I could add a lid, I guess, make it out of like a piece of cutting board or something. I think that's what a lot of those guys are doing, but for me, this is all I need. Rod, keep my rods upright, keep them behind me where if I sidearm cast, I'm not going to hook them, and keep a little bit of tackle. That's all I need one for. So I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out for 20 bucks. Oh, I forgot this cam. The most expensive thing in this whole project is probably the Night Eyes cam jack or cam lock or whatever they call it. It doesn't even necessarily have to be that, because I didn't use bungee material. I used the cam lock, but you could use bungees, heavyweight bungee, and do the same thing. just whatever you got laying around, the best way you can to secure it. So there you go. Don't need to spend a lot of money. And when most people are kayak fishing anyways, they're trying to keep it affordable and trying to keep it economical. But there's my boat set up. It's a Lifetime Yukon Angler. I got a longer paddle that helped me out. It helped me from getting a lot of water splashed on me. And then I've got a Yak Attack stakeout pole that helped me out. I was drifting a lot when I'm trying to fish shallow water. I can just stop myself and anchor real quick, and I'm doing more time casting and less time fighting a paddle. But this is my kayak setup right here. Love it, man. It's been good. It's a cheap, you know, cheapest I can go on everything just about. I wanted a raised seat, but not an expensive setup, and I don't want to I feel silly putting one of these like $150, $200 kayak pack you know, milk crates or whatever. I don't want to take a cheap kayak and fancy it up with a bunch of real expensive aftermarket gear. So that's me. That's what I fish out of. Works good everywhere that I go. It's done a good job.